Hey everyone. Okay, so I've been trying to make a video all afternoon and it keeps leading me to some kind of situation where we're starting to realize what's around us, what's within us, what's in other people. And I'm noticing there's a huge split right now. So what's happening is people who are okay, Spirit, thank you. Keep burping. What's happening right now is there's a huge divide, there's a huge split, and it's really hard to tell which side we're on. Either one is winning, it doesn't matter. But there's a divide where people aren't taking accountability, they're completely resisting their dark night of the soul, their ascension, all that stuff. And it's really hard to work with these people right now. They're resisting accountability, conversation, and it's creating a huge separation. It feels uncomfortable because a lot of these people, they're close to us, right? They're our leaders, our healers. Opinions are so strong and drastic. The last while, there's been a lot of solar flares, and solar flares are like big shifts in energy. I was reading about one yesterday, and I'll tell you what is. I'll explain what I'm leading up to in a bit. But in Australia and New Zealand, I think it was, it affected the radio. It sent some major electric shock. And where I am in Alberta, southern Alberta, it the internet kept shutting down the last 2 days. Today it's been fine, but it kept shutting down the internet. We kept having to restart it, or like phones just wouldn't connect. It was super weird. And during that whole time, I was exhausted. You'll notice whenever there's shifts in the energy, phones aren't working, social media shuts down, all this stuff, right? And then when it's done, it's like the clearing for you is done as well. So what I'm leading up to is there's a lot of shift in the mindset of people. There's supposed to be a lot going through the dark night of the soul who haven't done the changes or taken the steps. And it's creating resentment in these people. They're blaming others for not doing their part. They're also getting a little egotistical because they feel these symptoms, but they think that like they're the only one on the journey, possibly. Not discrediting them, but it does feel like a lonely journey. There's also people who are just completely in self-pity mode and saying they're not doing well and completely dependent on other people. And then there's others who are like uplifted and feeling it and accepting it, and just timelines, sometimes they're different for other people. It's up and down, okay? Not everyone's on the same journey. If you try and explain to someone, excuse me, this is Spirit again. If you try and explain to someone like find strength, blah blah blah, try and encourage them, you're draining yourself because this person doesn't see it, and they're gonna kind of think you're brushing off their feelings. So be careful when handing out encouragement. And I want to say, with your intuitive messages, it's okay to share those, but don't try and coach people onto the path where you think they should be. This is probably a message for yourself. Like I'm keeping a lot of my advice to myself because I realize I need to take it, and right now no one's taking things with an open heart or an open mind. No one's taking things with an open heart or open mind. There's a lot of people who think that they're in their ego. Their ego is being brought forward to release. Does that make sense? So there might be clashing of the minds, clashing of opinions, and also a lot of distraction to distract you from what you're supposed to be doing, what you're supposed to be focusing on, which would be like all of these court cases with, like, again, celebrities. We can speak on their situations. That's really cool. that people want to speak on getting justice for some of these people, but they're not getting justice in their own life. They're doing injustice to other people. It's a distraction, right? And I noticed a lot of people are projecting, like a lot of projection. I'm right, you're wrong. You don't know any better because I'm older than you. There's a lot of that. A lot of people who don't know how to handle these, like just entering this journey, will try and lead the blind. Does that make sense? It's the blind leading the blind. So with the solar flares, you're getting revelations, you're getting clarity, you're getting upgrades like friggin' crazy. I want to explain the crown thing because it feels like head cold. If your crown is closed and you're feeling lost, that is a closed crown. That's how you connect to higher source. Also, try and protect it because you could be receiving wrong information from different sources, right? Whatever you listen to, interact with, be careful that the projection isn't making you think that you're on the wrong path, if that makes sense, and don't take the wrong path. It's really hard to discern what that could mean, so I'm going to be super vague, and if you do have questions, go ahead and ask. I can help decipher for more specific situations. But just be really cautious over the next while because Pluto's in retrograde too, so there's going to be secrets, revelations, everything's coming out. People's throat chakras are opening up, so let's say someone's cheating and you had a suspicion about it. Someone might message you, or someone might slip up out of anger, right? And this isn't to say go in and fix the situation. It's to say you need to walk away because what's yours will be yours, and there's never a doubt about it. You'll feel comfortable, happy, and good. And when you pull your energy away from people who don't have the best intention for you, but they love your energy, they're gonna try and manipulate and come back. So be really cautious with that, especially if you're a people pleaser and you really craved this situation before. Okay. What else did I want to talk about? My throat chakra is opening up. It was closed the last couple days. You might notice work is slowing down. I noticed some people are kind of like losing their jobs, and so they're leaving their jobs. I'm not going to say losing, because if that was meant for you, you would be there, right? And also, this is the divine pushing you to where you belong. And when you hit this path, I want to say it's really hard to stay in your friend circle, your family, and your corporate jobs, because people start to sense that energy. And if they're too programmed and they have no intention of hitting this path the same time as you, it's going to feel resistant. It's going to be constant clashing. People are going to start saying horrible things about you. It's confusing. It's because you don't live in a facade. You live true to yourself. And if your throat chakra is opened up, you speak the truth. And sometimes to people who love manipulating, they don't like that. It's seen as problematic. It's problematic to hide things from people, though. Okay. So what else? Clairvoyance is going to be happening to like your third eye. You're going to notice that you feel pressure or tingling, or you hear low buzzing. It's a shift in your energy again, and you are going to start having really intense, like you might get visions. That's what I'm going to say about that. Or you might get a sudden thought and it's like a revelation to a situation. Or you might get sudden downloads of spirits, or spirit downloads from spirit, and good ideas, your next move, stuff like that. This is all stuff that you should journal. I want to say journal because also this is spirit helping you manifest. So clairvoyance, it's like a knowing, right? You guys are suddenly like just really calm about the stuff you're finding out. Remember, people who are too programmed or conditioned, it's not to say that down the road, like the end of the year, they're not going to be able to recognize where they are at right now. Because I know when my path started, I was a little bit ignorant. I was really strongly opinionated about certain things, and it was this or that. There was no what is the word for it? If you guys want to help me with that, that would be great. But I'll explain to you. It's where you know something, but then you discover new information. It kind of contradicts, but you're open to both. Is it disassociance cogniance? Disassociance cogniance. I also have really strong pronunciation and say words wrong, so I could be saying wrong. It could be what it is. I'll Google it and pin it in the comments. This is something your spiritual journey wants you to embrace. So if you're feeling like a hypocrite, or if you're discovering things that contradicted what you believed in the past, don't feel shame in that. Right now, we need to rid shame. That's what blocks your throat chakra. Feeling rejected, ashamed, embarrassed, unknowledgeable. That's something else in your energy field trying to get you to sit down and be quiet and listen. Compromise. I don't think you should do that to yourself. I really don't. I think you should embrace your knowledge, embrace your spirit, embrace all the things that you're discovering, and just fuck it. Like, say what you want to say. 11:11 when I said that. When you start living in your truth, good things start happening. You have confidence, and that's a form of self-love, not feeling embarrassed of the things you believe in. And it takes away people who secretly doubt you, because there is no manipulating you. There's no stepping on your toes. There's no riding on your blessings. Also, you might notice if you're not doing the things you're supposed to, your money's going to be fucked with. I'll explain this. Energy is currency. Self-love is currency. Living in your truth is currency. You're going to notice if you're pushed out the door, it's just like surrender. I know it might seem scary and stuff, because sometimes it can lead to like possibly losing your home. Just keep complete transparency, and trust it. Don't talk about your losses. Don't vent. Go ahead, but I want you to shift it into, there's a reason for this. I wasn't meant for that. There's a reason for everything happening right now, and I need to surrender. I have to stop fearing loss and rejection, because I am never rejected. Spirit would never reject you. People who have very stuck mindsets reject you. They are not spirit. Spirit is taking you away from people who doubt you behind your back and block your blessings. I don't know what I'm going to call this video, because this is a really weird topic. I wasn't expecting to go here. But with the amount of burping, I was expecting something a little left field, as always. So, sorry, it was a message. I want you guys to know, if there's rejection, it's protection. Ugh, burp, spirit. Okay, so, yeah, I'm not going to say any more about it. You know what the burps mean. It's a green flag. Complete rejection from situations and families. There's something else, and it's bigger, it's better, and it's more comfortable. You don't have to pipe down and walk on eggshells, okay? You might notice as you do this too, as you start to surrender and all this and that, and just give in and live freely and have that whatever. Spirit's got me, universe has got me, my grandfathers have my back. You're going to attract people who are still not healed. You're gonna okay, so as you are led to your tribe, your soul tribe, you're gonna meet people who are still not fully there and can't trust divine like you decided to. This is your next test, okay? Your next test is deciphering who's real and who isn't, and who has spiritual ego. Spiritual ego, these people will come to you because you are a trustworthy person. They can surrender to you, get your advice, but to other people, and they might take the way you speak and talk and live on that. Forward it. It's like copy and pasting. Be really careful with what you share with people right now, okay? Because you're going to attract people who are energy siphoners and still living in a bit of spiritual ego and facade. And you are not meant for that tribe. Use your discernment. Stay quiet with your visions. Don't share your visions. They're for you. Okay? Wait until you reach a point where the people around you and your money is more easily flowing, okay? This is something that I learned like 6 months ago. I shared my visions. I shared how I healed people, and these people went and started businesses off of this information, and their energy still prickles in it. They're still really judgmental. They just love looking like a leader because their whole life they were compromised and told that they can't do shit, or they were abused in relationships and connections and always made out to be stepping stool. Those people are just hitting the points where they need to be more independent. Also, a lot of people are programmed and they're not really ever going to hit this path. But it might feel like it. People who are programmed will follow them and they'll heal in their own way. I'm not diminishing them. I'm just saying everyone has their place in the world, and sometimes, yeah, they can be healers for other groups of people. But on this path, when you reach something this deep, you're going to have a lot of people who want to put on the shoes that you have, okay? And they don't always fit. That's okay. Let them take it to another group, because your path, whatever you're meant for is always going to be yours. There's no blocking it. If you guys feel like there's people pocket watching you, stalking you, taking your ideas, practice your spiritual path in private for the time being. It might lead you to a path of solitude, but solitude is when everything moves the best. Being quiet, being isolated away from people who can possibly siphon your energy, is for the best. And eventually you'll be led to bigger things, okay? Spirit, calm down. Okay. Oh, that one made my eyes water. So I don't know who needed to hear this message, but I kept seeing this video from this. I really like her. What's her page name? High Priestess or something. I don't remember. She is of Jamaican background, I think, or Nigerian. I think she's Nigerian. Just absolutely so full of raw truth and blunt as shit. She tells people like it is. I love her. I'll try and find her page and link her in the description below if you guys are really into that stuff. But she has like 2 hour long videos, so if you don't have the time or anything, I'll summarize some of what I'm getting downloads about, but I won't copy her content. It's just watch her movie in bits if you are, watch her content in bits if you can. But just know this, you have to keep your visions to yourself because they're meant for you to help others. And it's okay to like spread out positivity. If you get a download like, oh my god, things are going so good, go spread that, yes, but don't tell people how you heal. Like, there's gonna be people who gaslight you about this too. I just want to say this before I close this video. There's gonna be people who call you a gatekeeper, but as a healer, like, everyone has their own path they're led down for certain types of healing. And the stuff I'm sharing, this is trauma, this is recognizing energy and stuff, and this is stuff we should know and share. We shouldn't have to pay for this information. It's spiritual freedom. Like, why are you trying to make a buck off of vulnerable people, right? Anyway, there's people out there who, if they can't get this information out of you, they're going to kind of turn their back on you and say you're a fake because you don't give them free advice or free intuitive whatever, or else they're just going to like kind of paint a picture about you. So be careful over the next while with your friends and family. A lot of low vibration will start to surface. That's where I'm saying secrets are coming out and stuff. Don't get paranoid about it. Just remember, surrender and say, I'm going through some shit and I don't want to share my shit because I'm going through it and I don't understand it fully, okay? I'm still in that phase too. Like, I will share some stuff and I'll go back and look and I'll be like, I need to make a new video because I've discovered new things. I hope this video made sense to someone. Something you really need to remember is don't carry resentment about other people's paths. Don't pocket watch, don't secretly watch someone you think doesn't deserve this path because it blocks yours. That's something that I had to purge, was getting annoyed with people who used to be my friends and then made fun of what I was doing and talking about and doubted everything that I talked about, saying maybe I'm just not reading things correctly, go and do the same thing, you know, speak the way I speak. And it's like, if you were nice, I wouldn't be so upset, but you really shit on me, man. It's contradictory, I know. So practice compassion, don't share your visions. I just want to put that out there right now, okay? I love you guys. Bye.